So what's up guys, and welcome to Ívar's Fly Workshop. Today we'll be tying a fly from the UK named the cat's Whisker, and made in somewhere between 1980 and 85 or so by David Train, and this has turned out to be a very effective pattern for brown trout and some other species as well. And I'm going to tie it in this this kind of chartreuse green color. I prefer bright colors, especially in like murky waters and spring fishing here in Iceland. If the water is like colored or a little bit murky, I prefer the like bright white, flashy pink, green, chartreuse even. Some of those colors I like a lot. Remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Share the video, put a like on it, support the channel and all that. I'm using an Ahrex classic streamer hook number 6 for this, and yeah, the thread is a classic boxed Semperfli 8.0, a great thread. And first of all we'll start to put on the dumbbell eyes, and yes, as I mentioned, in the video's description you can find both the whole pattern of the fly, the recipe of it, and some instructions how you can support the channel. There is a link there to my PayPal, and feel free to donate something if you like the content I'm making. You can also put comments below. So I'm going to place the eyes somewhere here, not all the way in front, because I want to leave like a few millimeter space behind the hook eye itself, simply to have space to finish the head after we are done with the fly. I've shown this in some other videos which have been released, and you can find on the channel how you tie those eyes down. But I'm tying like 7 to 10 wraps each side, so 7 to 10 this side, and then you swap to the other side like this. So it's like an X you're making. And then to finish it off, I go with the thread under the eyes, behind, under, and around. And that makes the thread we already put on, we tighten it up. So those eyes should really, when that has been done, those eyes should really stick there. And to be sure, then again, of course, you can place like a little bit of a drop of Semperfli on it, and it's not gonna go in anywhere. If you just place it on the thread, up and under, it's gonna be just fine. Then we'll be using a white marabou for the tail of the fly, and it is going to be the same material for the wing of the fly. There is an Icelandic pattern called Styrða, which is very similar to this one, but the author of Styrða, I asked him if I could tie it, and he said he refused and didn't want it, so we just tied the cat Whisker. But those two patterns are almost exactly the same. It's only the body material that is different. So I'm pinching up half of the feather, half of the side of it, getting it together, pinch out the dust, the loose thing, and then we are going to measure in the length of the of the tail. First, before that, I'm going to pinch out the those thinner, the tips of the feather to make them even for the fibers. So, to make it easy to work with, when you have marabou on your hand, it's going to make this the length of the tail. You can also wetten, just like a little bit of saliva on your finger to make the feathers or the fibers a little wet, and then they're going to stick together while you tie them down. And it's going to make things way easier to control, keep them in control. So we go with the take the thread all the way, almost all the way to the front of the hook, and then we wrap it backwards to where we started tying in the tail. Then we will snip this off, and this both the cat whisker and the Styrda Icelandic version of it is it looks like a dog knobbler. They're very unlike the dog knobbler pattern. So nobody's inventing anything here, really. But the dog knobbler is like an excellent pattern. For the body, I'm using a pearl chenille, 8 millimeters. It is a Semperfli chenille. I'm gonna be going for this green one, which you see here. But this neon chartreuse yellow something is great. Either of those two are great. Pink and light pink is strong, and so is the fire orange. But most commonly, I'm tying it in the green color, and you should get those cards at your local fly store if they sell Semperfli. If not, you can go for some other brand. I mean, but most of the stores nowadays are selling Semperfli, and it's a great material to work with. And one thing which you can count on with the Semperfli materials is that when they do the dyeing process of the materials, that is done under pressure in some equipment I was told about, and it's gonna make the or the material they're dyeing. It's always gonna be coming out the same color if they follow the recipes. That is not the same thing with some other producers out on the market, especially when they're dyeing feathers, like marabou, for an example. I say this because I have had marabou feathers from a producer of flytying materials, and it stood chartreuse on the package. Fine. I bought the package, then finished that package, and next time when I came to the store, they had another series of the same. It's just another batch of the marabou. It stood chartreuse, but it had a different color than the first one. So the accuracy of the dyeing and the coloring process is different from company to company. But at Semperfli, they have a really strict process on dyeing the materials, so you will always get the same results. Anyway, for the wing, I am going to be using a white marabou again. We'll do the same method. You can rip the feather off the stem if you like. I cut it. Maybe it's cleaner to rip it off and it's gonna be less dust. I don't know. I'm gonna wet my finger a little bit to show you. And this part of the feather will stick together. And same thing if you wet the other side of it, just like so. They're going to stick together, and it's going to be far more easier to work with. And then we measure in the wing the length, so the tippets of the fibers are aligned, are about aligned to each other, something like this. And then we tie in this, tie in the wing, and we keep it at this length. I'm going to trim it off here since we measured exactly how long we want it to be. And then we'll come in and tie it down like this with a loose wrap first, and then tie the wraps down. As you see, the body material of the fly did not last all the way to make the hat. Those are my mistakes. And to fix them, I'm gonna take more of this green pearl chenille to add to the fly, and to build the hat and all that. We need that from this card, just like 3 or 4 centimeters more, and that should be doing the job. And tie those in carefully, like this, and then we will move the thread forward. We build up like a little base here to be absolutely secure that it's going to be it's going to be in place. Then we wrap this around like so, tighten it up a little bit, and then we catch it with our thread. And when tying the streamers, this thread 8/0 is like, it is okay, it's fine, it's strong enough. But 6/0, I mean, if you're doing some heavy tying, I would pick a 6/0, or even if you need some like real tension, put like a really much tension on a hook, the nano silk threads from Semperfli are just fantastic. They game changer for me in tying flies. You don't break them so easily, just like the old-fashioned other brand threads. I'm gonna build up like a little head of the fly, and I'm gonna replace it like this and make the whip finishing job. And flies like this, they work just fine up in like the way they would reach in where I fish in the summertime. I'm mostly using it for brown trout, but I believe some other colors like like the pink and even the fire orange, that will work both for brown trout and Arctic char too. So we are done with the cat whisker. The knot is already on. Just have to snip it off and give it a little light coat with the Sapa cap, and then it should be good to go. Doesn't need more of like much of this Sapa cap, especially you don't want to block the eye. It's enough to just coat the knot itself and it's gonna stay. So I just want to say to you guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And support the channel and all that. We have the cat whisker in our wise jaw, ready to go for the next season. I will see you guys in the next video.